I said I was gonna make a comprehensive visa video and I want to try, but here's the thing, I don't know everything, and the rules and restrictions and qualifications keep changing, so I'm trying to keep up, but I kind of just know what I know, and hopefully that's enough. Let me start out really basic. Unless you're a Korean citizen, you need some type of visa to be in Korea at all. That includes whether you're just visiting, whether you're a student, whether you're working, or in some cases if you're just living here and have nothing to do but you don't want to leave. Some of them have really strict requirements and some don't. For example, if you just want to visit, you can get a 90-day tourist pass easily. All you need is a passport and probably to declare when you're arriving on the plane where you're going to be staying. Other than that, in those 90 days you can do whatever you want, although technically you're not supposed to be working. I do not know exactly what type of visa a tourist visa is, but I think it might be one of the C's. B and C visas are generally short-term visas, I think. Some of them are for business, some of them are to visit for some kind of lecture or whatever, but they're all short-term, 90 days or less. I believe D visas are for students or interns or something about studying and learning and getting better that's not like your actual profession. Thrown in with the rest of the D's is the D10. The D10 is important. It's a job searching visa. Apparently it lasts 6 months and you can apply for it in between jobs. Basically you have 6 months in which you don't have to work. In fact, I don't think you're supposed to work because the whole point is that you're looking for work. By the time you get work, you are probably going to apply to one of the E visas. The E visas are working visas. If you're a native English speaker, the most common visa you will hear about and come across is the E2 visa. E2 is a teaching visa for teaching English. You do not necessarily have to be a native speaker of English in order to teach English, although that's what most employers are looking for. In order to apply for the E2, I believe all you need is a diploma and you need a police background check in your home country. Comparatively, of all the E visas, this is the easiest one to get. The E2 visa lasts 1 year, and if you renew your job contract, you renew your visa. The E1 visa is for professors. I believe you need at least a master's degree and 2 years of work experience, something like that. E1 holders do not just teach English, they just teach any university courses. It's more common that they would teach them in English, although I believe they could teach, a different foreign language at a university. E3, E4, and E5, I do not really know. I know what it says, therefore. E3 says research, E4 says technology, and E5 says special professions. I have heard about foreigners who got hired at Samsung because they're electronics people or they're engineers, and I believe they would probably be on an E4 visa. I do not know anyone personally who is on an E3, E4, or E5 visa. E6 is an entertainment visa. In order to apply for this, you can't just be like, hey, I make YouTube videos. I think you need a legitimate acting background. If immigration is allowing the visa, they need to know that you're a real actor. E7 is the visa I was on for 6.5 years. The description of the E7 visa is specially designated activities. As far as I know, it just covers every job that isn't covered by E1 through 6. E7 jobs are specialized fields, like random specialized fields, and therefore to apply for an E7 visa, you need to convince immigration and your employer that you have relevant background experience. So for example, I know that foreigners who have newspaper jobs, writing or editing, have E7 visas. I imagine that in order to apply for those kind of jobs, they have to prove that they have a bachelor's degree in a related writing field, creative writing, journalism, something like that, and relevant work experience. I believe now either you need a bachelor's degree and 5 years of relevant experience, or you need a master's degree and 2 years of relevant experience. Basically, for any visa, it's not entirely up to the employer. It's up to immigration to permit that foreigner to work by giving them a work visa. In Korea, one company, one employer will sponsor your visa. You are tied to that company or employer while you're on that visa. This is different from Japan, which I believe they give, like English teachers, they just give them a teaching visa that allows English teachers in Japan to take any teaching job. They can quit right away and they'll still be on that visa, and the visa doesn't get canceled, and they can just get any other teaching job with that visa. Korea is different in that if you're hired by one employer who sponsors your visa, you are stuck with that employer. Technically, you should not be working other jobs while you're on that visa with that one employer. Okay, I briefly covered temporary visas, briefly student visas, and generally work visas. If you want me to address anything or try to find information, feel free to ask questions. F visas next time.